Hey everybody, you know what I was thinking this week? I was thinking it is amazing how when you don't have experience in something, your perception of it is just like totally different than when you do have experience. Case in point, so my son, he is 2 years old. As you probably saw from the last, I think it was 2 or 3 videos ago when he turned two, I did a video about him. But at any rate, he is definitely into everything. He is everywhere. He's climbing. He's learned how to do so many things in the past year. But we go to church, and so now that he's a little more active in church, he's like climbing over me, moving, doing all kind of things, and many times I have to step outside with him in order to simmer him down, and so that I'm not a distraction in the sanctuary. And I chuckled one day while I was outside sitting with him because he was just like turning me completely out. I chuckled because I thought to myself, there were some years ago where I saw mothers with their toddlers, and the toddlers were kind of running over them or seemingly kind of controlling them, and I was like, I wonder why she doesn't have that little baby in control. The boy's only two or the girl's only one. Like, what are they doing? And then I had a child, and I saw it was a whole different experience. I was looking at it from the lens of my perception, the lens of my experience, the lens of what I knew. And of course, I knew how to be a better parent than somebody who had a kid because I didn't have to deal with the screaming and the kicking and all of that. And so um, I just want to encourage you, try to think a little more well rounded. Sometimes you look at somebody and you say, why aren't you doing this? Or why are you doing this? Or you could be doing this. Or if I was you, I would have did this. If you haven't been in that exact situation, you don't know. And so maybe you can help them better by taking a step back and trying to imagine what it's like in their shoes and listen to them. One of the things that I'm learning is everybody doesn't want a solution. Sometimes people just need an ear. Sometimes people just need you to hear them out and listen. And so, what I want to encourage you today is don't look at things just from your perspective, for your view. For me, it was, before I had a child, and then now I have a child, I see things. I remember, I have friends that before they got married, they were telling me, girl, why don't you do this and this and this. And then they got married and they're like, oh, so now you're not doing your hair either, and you was telling me to keep myself together for my husband. Hey, you get tired just because you're a wife. And so everybody has an opinion, everybody has a thought, everybody has their own ideologies of how things should be done. And our thoughts are not always right. Our thoughts are sometimes just right for our situation or for what we know. And we don't know what we don't know. And so I feel like I rambled a lot today, but hopefully what you got out of today's video is, number one, listen. Don't be so quick to speak. Try to, what does my dad say? He says, seek to understand before you seek to be understood. Number two, don't assume that you have the answer to somebody's problem, especially if you haven't experienced it. And number three, be compassionate. Be compassionate to other people. I remember even before I had a child, even like in the work arena, when I would see people taking off a lot of time or whatever for 6 kids and things like that, and I would wonder, like, just come to work. What do you mean? But I have a child, and I understand now that it's not that easy. Daycare's closed. The kid gets sick. You're concerned. You want to be there. You want to take them to the doctor or whatever the case may be. And so sometimes having your own experience allows you to be a little bit more compassionate for others. I hope you got something out of today. By the way, I am working on rebranding my channel. Still will be the same type of content, but what I'm probably going to do is keep my Moto4s, and then maybe like once a month, I think at least do one interview type of format, because I seem to get a little more engagement with some of those interviews. People like to hear the perspectives of others, and I like being able to collaborate and share ideas. And then also institute probably more like presentation style type messages so that I can leave you with some points that you can see on the screen, because sometimes I can talk fast, or I can ramble and just begin to talk and then get a little off track. And so I want to be deliberate in the type of content that I'm putting out. And so you'll see some changes upcoming to my channel and podcast, and I hope they're good changes. And really, it really would make me happy if you would leave me some feedback or your thoughts, or even if you get something out of what I say, if you want to add on to something that I said, or any feedback or comments that you have. I welcome that. I like open dialogue. My objective with this really is to help people, have light bulb moments that change their entire world, because light bulb moments did that for me. Stay in touch. Talk to you later.